of acquiring a PPE or property, plant, and equipment. This time, magpo-focus tayo sa donation. Sa donations, meron tayong tinatawag na donor. It could be an individual or it could be a company. At meron din tayong tinatawag na donee. It could be an individual or it also could be a company. Si donor ang giver of the asset. Siya ang magbibigay ng asset kay donee. So, si donee, siya po ang ating recipient. So, si donee, yan ang recipient. Siya ang magtatanggap o siya ang tatanggap ng asset. So, ang donation is either a cash or a PPE or a cash na ibibili ng PPE. So, this is another way of acquiring a PPE. So, meron tayong tatlong klaseng donor. So, we have the shareholders, we have non-shareholders or also known as unrelated party, and the other one is the government. Ang shareholders, siya ang isa sa mga nagmamay-ari ng company ng donee. Another donor is the non-shareholders. Another kind of donor is the non-shareholders or also known as the unrelated party. Ang shareholders ay membro ng pamilya. Sa non-shareholders, yan ay unrelated party. Wala siyang relationship sa donee. So, ibang company yan. Then another kind of donor is the government. Kapag nag-donate ang government sa donee. So we have three kinds of donor. We have the shareholders, the non-shareholders, and the government. Kapag ang shareholders ay nag-donate ng PPE kay donee, ang ating magiging entry is kapag nag-donate si shareholder ng kanyang asset to the donee, ang initial recognition natin ng asset na yon or ng PPE is debit to PPE and credit to donated capital. Ang initial recognition natin is at fair market value. So, kung magkano yung fair market value ng donated asset na yan, yan po ang ilalagay natin sa amount na yan. So, we debit the PPE and we credit the donated capital. Yung account na donated capital, that is part of our stockholders' equity. Kapag ang donee nag-incur ng cost or gumastos ang donee related to the donated asset, let's say for example, kailangan i-deliver yung machinery from the location of the donor to the donee at si donee ang magagastos ng delivery, then ang magiging entry natin is debit to the donated capital and credit to cash. So, kung merong mang costs or expenses na incur itong si donee in relations to this donated capital, ang magiging entry natin is debit to the donated capital. Babawasan natin ang account na donated capital and we credit the cash. Example of these expenses are delivery expense, installation expense. Then another thing na kailangan nating malaman dito sa donation is the subsequent cost. Ano ba yung subsequent cost? Ang subsequent cost, kapag nakuha na ng donee ang asset na yon, and for example, after a year or two, merong expenses na naman o subsequent cost na tinatawag na incur itong si donee in relations to this asset. Let's say for example, a repair. Kapag nagkaroon ng subsequent cost, ang magiging entry natin is debit to the PPE or expenses and credit to cash. It's either itong subsequent cost na ito ay capitalize or expense natin. So, paano natin madidetermine kapag itong subsequent cost na ito ay kailangan i-capitalize or kailangan i-expense? Let's say, for example, a repair. Kapag ang repair is a major repair, then this should be capitalized to the asset. So, ang magiging entry natin is debit to PPE, or kung machinery man yun, debit to machinery, which is addition to the asset, then we credit to cash. Kapag ito naman ay minor repair, ang magiging entry natin is debit to expense, or the account repairs and maintenance expense, then we credit to cash. Yan po ang subsequent cost. Pag-uusapan natin itong subsequent cost na ito in detail another video lecture. So yan po ang ating subsequent cost. So either we capitalize or we expense the subsequent cost. Let's talk about the non-shareholder. Ito namang non-shareholders, ang magiging entry natin kapag ang donor natin ay non-shareholders or unrelated party, kapag nakuha na natin ang PPE, ang initial recognition natin is still at fair market value. But ang magiging entry natin this time is so, ang magiging entry natin kapag ang donor natin is non-shareholder or unrelated party, our entry will be debit to PPE, kung ano man yung PPE na yon, and credit to income from donation. So, magkaiba sila ng entry kapag shareholders, i-credit natin yan sa donated capital. Kapag non-shareholders naman or unrelated party, i-credit natin yan sa income from donation. At itong account na income from donation is presented in our income statement or our profit or loss. Ang amount ng PPE na yan is at fair value then. Paano naman yung mga gagastusin ng donee in relations to the donated asset? So, let's say, for example, nag-donate si non-shareholder ng land or equipment or machinery at merong gagastusin si donee, ang magiging entry natin is debit to income from donations and credit to cash. So, yan po ang magiging entry natin kapag nagkaroon ng expenses itong si donee in related to the donated asset. So, babawasan natin ang ating income from donations. So, all in all, ang magiging income from donations natin ay deducted ang expenses. Kapag ang donor naman natin is the government, pag-uusapan natin ito sa government grants. Nakaseparate ang ating video lecture. Pag-uusapan natin yan sa government grant video lecture natin. Ito ang donations. So, shareholders, kapag shareholders ang donor natin, ang magiging entry natin is debit to PPE and credit to the donated capital. Kapag nag-incur naman ng expenses ang donee, babawasan niya ang ating donated capital na account. So, ang magiging entry natin is debit to donated capital and credit to cash. Sa subsequent cost naman, it's either we capitalize the cost or we expense the cost. Parehas din dito sa non-shareholders. Alright, yan po ang magiging entry natin kapag nagkaroon tayo ng subsequent cost. Either we capitalize or we expense that subsequent cost. Sa non-shareholders naman, ang magiging entry natin kapag ni-receive na natin ang PPE from the donor, we debit the PPE and we credit the income from donations. So magkaiba sila sa shareholders donated capital, which is part of the stockholders equity. Ito namang income from donation is part of the income statement or the profit or loss. Alright, so yan ang magiging entry natin. At ang amount is at fair market value. Kapag nag-incur naman ng expenses, si donee, babawasan natin ang ating count na income from donation. Yan, babawasan natin ang ating income from donations. Sa subsequent cost naman, sa non-shareholders is parehas lang sa subsequent cost ng shareholders. So, sa subsequent cost dito sa non-shareholders ay it's either we capitalize or we expense that cost. So, kapag i-capitalize natin, we debit the PPE and we credit the cash. Kapag i-expense naman natin, we debit the expense and we credit cash. Parehas lang ang subsequent cost, whether this is shareholders or non-shareholders. Kapag ang donor naman ay government, pag-uusapan natin yan sa government grants. Let's have a practice questions kung saan ang donor natin ay shareholders and another practice question kung saan ang ating donor is a non-shareholders or unrelated party. Ito yan. So, BMW Company received land from major shareholders as an inducement to locate a plant in the city. No payment was required, but the entity paid $320,000 for legal expenses for land transfer. The land is fairly valued at $5,500,000. So, ang donee natin is BMW Company at naka-receive siya ng land from a major shareholders. Isa sa mga nagmamay-ari ng BMW Company, meron siyang asset which is the land para magpatayo itong si BMW ng planta sa city. So, no payment was required, but the entity paid $320,000. So, si BMW Company, nagbayad siya ng $320,000 for legal fees or legal expenses for the land transfer. At ang fair market value ng land na na-receive ni BMW is $5,500,000. So, the journal entry on this practice questions, madali lang. We debit the land for $5,500,000 na fair market value of the land, then we credit the donated capital. So, yan ang magiging entry natin. So, we debit the land of $5,500,000 and we credit the donated capital of $5,500,000. At ang account na donated capital will be part of our stockholders' equity. Then, yung $320,000 for legal expenses for land transfer, we debit the donated capital and we credit the cash. Babawasan natin ang ating account na donated capital and then we credit the cash. Yung expenses na yan ay hindi natin i-recognize as an expense. Dahil ito ay donations, we debit the donated capital and then we credit the cash. Kung titingnan mo ang ating journal entries, kung ang requirement or question dito sa practice questions na ito is how much do we recognize the asset or the land? Ang magiging answer natin is the $5,500,000. Kung ang requirement naman or question is how much is the donated capital, ang sagot natin is $5,180,000. Ito ang tatandaan mo kapag ang tanong ay donated capital. Sagot dyan is the fair market value of the asset minus yung expenses. So, ima-minus natin yung $5,500,000 sa $320,000 na legal expenses. Pero kapag ang tanong ay ang asset or the land itself, answer natin is the $5,500,000. Yan ang tatandaan natin. Another practice question, Tesla company receive an equipment from unrelated party. Tesla paid delivery expense and installation cost of 80,000. The equipment is fairly valued at 400,000. Si Tesla ang ating donee. Merong isang tao or isang company na nagbigay ng equipment kay Tesla. And with this equipment, Tesla paid a delivery expense and an installation cost of 80,000. The equipment is fairly valued at 400,000. So, ang ating magiging entry sa practice questions na ito is debit to equipment and credit to income from donation. Bakit income from donation? Kasi unrelated party ang nagbigay, ang donor natin, or ang nagbigay ng PPE. So, ang entry natin ay nung ni-receive natin ang equipment from unrelated party or from non-shareholder, the entry is debit to equipment of 400,000, which is the fair market value of the equipment, and credit to income from donation. Alright? Hindi donated capital. Ang donated capital, ginagamit natin ang donated capital kapag ang donor natin ay shareholder. This time, unrelated party ang donor natin or non-shareholder ang donor natin. Kaya, i-credit natin sa income from donation. At ang income from donation is presented in our income statement or our profit or loss. Then, the delivery expense and the installation cost of 80,000, ang magiging entry natin is debit to income from donations and credit to cash. So yan ang magiging entry natin on the expenses na na-incur ni donee ni Tesla from this donated asset. Babawasan natin ang ating account na income from donation, then we credit the cash. So kung ang question dito sa practice question is, how much do we recognize the equipment? Ang answer natin dyan ay yung 400,000. Hindi mo i-less or i-deduct ang 80,000 from the fair market value of the equipment of 400,000. Pero kapag ang tanong naman sa practice question is how much is the income from donation, yan po ay 400,000 tapos nagbawas tayo ng 80,000 which is the installation costs and the delivery expense. Ang magiging answer mo is 320,000. So, huwag tayong malito doon. So, ganito po ang ating donation. Ang tatandaan mo kapag ang donor ay shareholders, kinikredit natin yan sa donated capital. Kapag ang donor naman natin is unrelated party or non-shareholder, ang i-credit natin ay yung income from donation. Another thing is yung mga expenses related dito sa donated asset ay ibabawas natin sa donated capital kapag shareholders at ibabawas din natin yan sa income from donations kapag ito ay non-shareholder ang donor natin. Yun ang mga concept na dapat nating tatandaan with regards to donation. I'll see you on my next video.